Peace to everybody. This is about the Chicago police release files in Empire Star Jussie Smollett case, day after charges dramatically dropped. And as you can see here in the picture is Jussie Smollett. And I do believe that's Patricia Brown, one of his attorneys. Chicago police came out swinging Wednesday and released the full 61-page investigative report in the alleged Jussie Smollett hate crime hoax, one day after charges against the Empire Star were dramatically dropped. But the move prompted a moot court order. So the Chicago police, they came out swinging with all this 61-page investigative report. And that's a lot of pages to try to expose. And even though the charges were dropped, the release of the documents came one day after Cook County prosecutors dismissed a 16-count indictment against the actor, saying they had cut a deal with the TV star to perform 2 days of community service and forfeit his $10,000 bond to the city. So there was a deal with the Cook County prosecutors and Jussie Smollett that he'd do a 2-day community service. And that's not bad at all. 2 days, that's nothing. And then he forfeit his $10,000 bond to the city, which he has done. The move made it possible for Smollett's attorneys to get his criminal case immediately sealed and wiped clean. So they were trying so fast to get his case sealed and wiped out like nothing ever happened. About an hour after the department released the files, the Chicago police reportedly became subject of a court order that barred them from releasing further files, even though they were widely available online. And as you know, I did post a video before this one about you could read the 5-page transcript from Jussie Smollett, but the police are now barred from the releasing any more files of Jussie Smollett, and it was ordered by the judge. The dismissal of charges against Smollett over the alleged attack drew a swift backlash from the city's mayor and the police chief and raised questions about why Smollett was not forced to admit what prosecutors had said they could prove in court, that the entire episode was a publicity stunt. Well, what for? Why does Jussie Smollett have to apologize for? The city of Chicago, they're known to hide murders and cover everything up and lie on their police report. So now Eddie Johnson and Mayor Rahm Emanuel are getting backlash from all this mess. And of course, questions are still being raised as usual, and they expect Jussie Smollett to apologize for this publicity stunt. I wouldn't even apologize to them because all the cover up murders in the city of Chicago. And of course, you can see here in the picture that it has Jussie Smollett with a bunch of people around him, and I don't even know who that guy is. Oh, it must be a former police officer, I guess. I don't know. The police files, some of which was redacted to remove witnesses' names and personal information, laid out steps taken by detectives to get to the bottom of what happened the night of January 29th. So some of the witnesses were removed, their personal information was pretty much removed and laid out, and it was redacted, and so this way they would not have to take the stand or anything like that. The report revealed new details about the police obtaining a search warrant for Smollett's iCloud account and then sharing the data with the FBI. The report also provided fresh details about the $3,500 check Smollett wrote to Abimbola Abel Osundaro and Olabanjo Ola Osundaro. The brothers claimed they were paid to carry out the attack on Smollett, though Smollett said the money was for personal training sessions. So now Jussie Smollett was being accused of paying the brothers $3,500. That's a lot of money, of course. And the brothers, I guess they were like trainers or something like that, and they were, and the police thought maybe that Smollett was going to use that money to stage attack or whatever. And the police are such liars in Chicago because they lie about everything, obviously. Smollett told police he was attacked around 2 a.m. on his way home from a sandwich shop. He said two masked men shouted racial and anti-gay slurs, poured bleach on him, beat him, and tied a rope around his neck. He claimed they shouted, "This is MAGA country," a reference to President Trump's Make America Great Again campaign slogan. So the brothers, they allegedly beat him, poured bleach on him, tied a rope around his neck, and also saying that this is MAGA country. In other words, it's Donald Trump's presidential campaign slogan, as you all know. If you don't know, you do now. So it was like around 2 a.m. in the morning that Jussie Smollett was on his way home from Subway, as you can always. I don't know, why would anybody find a Subway at 2 o'clock in the morning open? It's kind of weird. The news of such heinous allegations quickly garnered national attention. Oh, yeah, of course it went viral all over the place. Soon, though, the tides shifted and investigators accused Smollett of making the whole thing up because he was unhappy with his pay on Empire and believed the publicity garnered from the incident would promote his career. So they're saying that he was unhappy with his pay on Empire. I think he's been getting paid pretty well. I mean, come on, really? And of course, and they're still trying to say that he's making up this whole thing. Uh, yeah, okay. I like to see that proof. Wednesday's released report shed light on some of the behind the scenes moves investigators and prosecutors made to interview witnesses and throw off reporters. Oh, so they were gonna um interview witnesses just to throw off the reporters. And of course, Chicago Tribune is never truthful. It's always a lie. And even the mainstream media is a lie too. And, it's just too much. They are um, confusing people right now, but I mean, they're really confusing the reporters, which is fine. I don't care. But the news media outlets, they're a bunch of liars. The Chicago Tribune is, so you never know who's truthful and who's not truthful. And we know the Chicago Tribune is definitely not truthful. They are definitely liars. Anyway, leave your comments in the below, and I am out.